The Yale Attitude Change Approach refers to a theory in psychology that seeks to explore how and why people's attitudes change, particularly in response to persuasive messages. This approach emphasizes the role of various factors, such as the source of the message, the nature of the message itself, and the characteristics of the audience. These elements interact to determine whether an individual will be persuaded to change their attitudes or beliefs. Understanding this process is vital for fields like advertising, politics, and health communication, where influencing public opinion is often the primary goal. Several key concepts are fundamental to the Yale Attitude Change Approach. First, the credibility of the source is crucial. People are more likely to change their attitudes if they perceive the source as trustworthy and knowledgeable. Second, the message's content, including its emotional appeal and logical structure, plays a vital role in persuasion. Lastly, audience characteristics, such as their prior beliefs and level of involvement with the topic, significantly impact whether they will accept or reject the persuasive message. Each of these concepts highlights different elements that influence the effectiveness of persuasion. The Yale Attitude Change Approach emerged in the 1950s from research conducted at Yale University, where social psychologists sought to understand how propaganda could effectively change people's attitudes. Researchers like Carl Hovland studied various communication strategies and their effects on attitude change, particularly during the time of World War II. Their findings laid the groundwork for future studies in social psychology, marking a significant development in understanding the mechanisms of persuasion and how communication can shape beliefs in societal contexts. The Yale Attitude Change Approach has numerous practical applications in real-world scenarios. For example, marketers utilize the principles derived from this approach to create persuasive advertisements that appeal to consumers' emotions and trust. In public health campaigns, understanding how to effectively communicate risks and benefits can lead to better health outcomes by encouraging people to adopt healthier behaviours. Additionally, political campaigns often draw on these principles to sway public opinion and garner support during elections. While the Yale Attitude Change Approach has been influential, it has also faced criticisms. One major criticism is that it oversimplifies the complex process of attitude change by focusing primarily on the elements of the source, message, and audience, without fully considering contextual factors like cultural influences or individual experiences. Furthermore, critics argue that the approach does not account for long-term attitude change, as it emphasizes immediate responses to persuasive messages that may not endure over time. As a result, some researchers advocate for more comprehensive models that incorporate additional variables and long-term influences on behavior.